So today we're talking about Meerkat and Periscope. Now, are you aware of these apps?
I am.
Excellent. Now, as you know, Meerkat blew up with South by Southwest, the live streaming app. And I don't know if you're aware, but Twitter blocked it.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So the reason why they blocked it is because they launched their own app, Periscope. Now, the way Periscope works is very similar to Meerkat, except that the difference in Meerkat and Periscope is that it allows you to archive your videos for up to 24 hours. Do you see a benefit in something like that as opposed to Meerkat?
I definitely do. It's really hard to get on a live stream and be there when it's actually streaming. Half the time you end up getting up and missing out on having it, so it's really nice if you can actually get it, save it, and then watch it whenever you want.
Now, the difference is that Meerkat is live, it happens right then and there. If you miss it, you miss it. Whereas Periscope, it allows you to archive your video for up to 24 hours. So if you miss my stream, 24 hours later, up to 24 hours later, you can see it. So what I want to know is, do you feel like apps like this, do you feel like it's a benefit to society, a benefit to the community, or do you just simply not give a shit?
Well, I think Periscope, I think it does come with an advantage if you can stream video 24 hours after, because whoever wouldn't be there for that time can still know what's going on and see how it looks like at that time frame.
Okay.
And also, I think it's a benefit because we wouldn't know half the things that would happen all around the country or the world if it wasn't for that.
Excellent. Okay. Now, do you feel that an app such as Meerkat or such as Periscope, do you feel like these apps infringe on any privacy? Because now with the ability to stream something live, let's say you're at a concert, a music concert, and you start streaming these concerts live, do you feel like these companies have the right to come after you for streaming their content because you're a paying customer, or do you feel like it's important? Do you feel like it's irrelevant, or do you just think it's not really that serious?
Personally, I think if you've figured everything out, you're paying the right people, then it's okay to basically copyright, or not copyright it, but have somebody else's, media.
Okay.
But if they're not doing that and they're just doing it as a live stream, you throw it up whenever nobody's getting paid, then that's actually a problem. In terms of privacy, because I know you can just throw something up on these websites just after you recorded it or while you're recording it. I don't think that that is as bad, personally, just because I think that our privacy is being what's the word I'm looking for?
You mean as of now, like our privacy is already being infringed upon?
Right, exactly, constantly. And
Okay.
way more than we notice it. There's probably so much video footage of us out there. It's just all on hard drives and not out to the public, but
Okay.
it's not much there.
Yeah, but do you also see an issue because, I just read an article yesterday, I don't remember exactly who wrote it, but they brought up the privacy issues that come along with it. You could be at a concert and now you live stream that concert, and do you think that people fall under the same rules and regulations as, let's say, a competitor, like say, let's just give you an example. If you're at the NFL game and you start streaming that, can NBC now come after you for streaming their live service?
Well, that's the disadvantage of making people aware of the things that's going on. Everyone's a potential competitor. People get ideas from things that they see, things that they witness, and those opinions that they formulate could be turned into, oh, well, I have a similar idea, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Okay, now, just one more thing I want to ask you in reference to privacy. Now, have you heard of Google Glass before?
Yes.
You heard of Google Glass. Okay, so if you can recall, Google Glass, when it first came out, there was this huge thing where restaurants weren't allowing people to go inside if you wore Google Glass. Police officers were forcing people to take off their Google Glass. Do you think that an app like Periscope, specifically Periscope as opposed to Meerkat, because live stream, once it's done, at least it's archived for 24 hours, do you think apps like Periscope, or if someone came out with a similar app, there actually is one that archives your video for up to 72 hours, do you think that an app like that suffers the same scrutiny as Google Glass, or do you think that people will have the same negative view on it? Because the difference in that is if I have a camera on my face, you can't tell when I'm recording. If I'm holding up a cell phone, you know I'm recording. So do you think that people will feel the same, or do you think that people won't? Do you think that people will feel a little bit differently because you're aware of it? It's not as covert.
Well, I think that it's really a disadvantage and an advantage because you can catch a lot of things that people do when they don't know that you're recording. So you can catch things that usually people would just get away with because it's hearsay if you don't.
Okay, but now I want to give you an example. As of now, these college kids are getting in trouble with these revenge porn. That's become like the big topic as of late. You got these guys who, they make these videos of sexual encounters with females with their knowledge, but they're releasing it. Right. Now, do you think that an app like this, let's say, I'm a college kid and I say, hey guys, I'm about to do some things, log into my Twitter, log on to Periscope and let's see what's going on. Right. Do you think that, this now puts us at a different, do you think that that's a bigger privacy issue, or do you simply just not?
Honestly, so my point of view on that is it's not necessarily as bad. There's always going to be porn. There's always going to be porn of people who didn't want it to be out there.
Okay.
The only difference is that on this website you can only have it for 24 hours versus if you upload it to Pornhub, then it's there for the whole world to see for the rest of your lifetime.
Correct. But now what I'm asking specifically is an app like this, because now I can set my camera up and I can have it hidden behind, you know what I mean? And she may not be aware of what's going on. Yeah. So now do you think that that's an issue? Do you think that that's something that we have to worry about, or how do you feel about that? I threw a monkey wrench in there.
Yeah. Personally, I think if you're going to do that, keep it for yourself.
Okay.
That's my thing, but I mean, I think it is wrong to release something of somebody that they don't know has been recorded.
Okay. These revenge sites, revenge porn and everything like that. Now, when you do those, they're backed up to a server, whereas this is 24 hours. Now, I'm just going to throw a monkey wrench in there. If I create a ghost account, a Twitter account, I log into Periscope, I now record you, I can easily hide. Do you think that that's something that should be stopped? Do you think that an app like this needs to be stopped right away, or do you think that there needs to be do you think that Twitter needs to put some type of privacy blocker to not allow nudity? Because, like I said, if I create an account today and I stream that, tomorrow, those 24 hours are up, everyone's seen your goods, and, as opposed to if I create a video, they can track the IP address. If I'm on a server, on a mobile phone, you don't know, it's really hard to pinpoint that cell phone. I mean, there's ways, but, once the 24 hours is up. So do you think something like that, do you think Twitter needs to stop it right now before it gets out of hand, or do you think they need to put some form of privacy or nudity blocker, or, I mean, it's a video, it's kind of hard to say, oh, those look like boobs. Just block it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's too advantageous to take away completely. I think it's there's way too many things that can benefit the society with the live streaming. But there's also disadvantages of people's privacy being violated. So I think the putting up barriers and blockers and borders of what can be put up and what can't be put up should be in place.
So now, Meerkat got its launch, or got its boost, during South by Southwest. So what was happening is people were allowed to, or I keep saying allowed, but people were able to stream what was happening at South by Southwest while it was happening. Do you think like an app like Periscope or an app like Meerkat, do you think that's beneficial in everyday use, such as, perfect example, Ferguson? People weren't able to get to Ferguson. Do you think that would have been beneficial to be able to live stream that right there and see what's going on in the heart of it all?
Definitely it would be an advantage, because everything that's going down over there isn't really fair. Everything, and there's a lot of she said, he said, the cops did this, the cops didn't do this, and the motives behind it. If you would actually see when it's actually going down in real lifetime, there wouldn't be so much confusion. You would know who's guilty, who's not.
Okay, so basically, you find a benefit in everyone being able to be a live reporter.
Yes, because you need to be made aware of not only, oh, she said this or he said that, or the news or media said this. You actually witnessed it for yourself, and you can calculate your own opinion about it.
Okay. Okay. I know I said last question, but just one more question. I have just one more question. Now, with an app like Periscope, with an app like Meerkat, do you also see the benefit in? Because I see business opportunities when I look at an app like this. You know, as being that you can tweet to your friends, you can, you know, and your Twitter followers are following you on Periscope if they have the app. I feel like personally, I can say, you know what, every day at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m., live stream, news, you know, and then I think personally the beauty in the app is that while you're streaming the service, people can actually tweet you. So you can actually have like a community-based live stream news program if you're so inclined to do that. But you understand what I mean? So you can do something, you know, I see business opportunities with something like this. Do you think that an app like Periscope or an app like Meerkat, do you see that form of benefit, or do you just see it as like, okay, this would be good for community use, this would be good for, you know, local users, or do you see it as just, like I said, mere entertainment, you know, like, do you see those kind of benefits?
There's different fronts on it that you can exploit in live streaming. Business opportunities, I think, and as far as like newscasting, I think it's not a newscast that a big Fox, you know, company hired. It's like the guy next door. The guy next door is doing a report on some kid that got ran over.
So a different viewpoint.
A different viewpoint, something local, something that you can definitely relate to.
I personally feel like a lot of young people don't really watch the news. You know, we get our news from social media. So do you think like an app like this has the capability to bring news to the forefront? You know, bring news as an important, because back in the days, you know, 6 o'clock news, everybody tuned in. 5 o'clock news, everybody tuned in. So do you think an app like this now has the potential to bring news to the forefront, bring news and the art of newscasting back to the forefront?
Definitely, but you also have to think about it that not every young person is responsible with the news streaming or streaming whatever it is that they want to stream.